Assalamu alaikum. Hello everyone. I hope that you are doing well. In today's session, we would talk about the noun and genders associated with it. As you know that genders are assigned in English grammar to nouns on the basis of their masculinity or femininity. Normally, we see that living creatures are divided into two groups. One is called as male and the other one is called as female sex. So let's compare these two in various groups such as boy, girl, loin, lioness, hero, heroine, cock sparrow, hen sparrow. So here you can see that human beings are divided into boys and girls. Animals are divided into lion and lioness, cock sparrow, and hen sparrow. Likewise, human characteristics are assigned to heroes and heroines depending upon the kind of role they are assigned to. So the first word of each pair is denoted as a male member. Second of each pair is denoted as a female member. A noun that denotes male is to be considered as masculine gender. Gender comes from Latin genus, which is known as kind or sort. A noun that denotes a female animal is said to be feminine gender. A noun that either is female is said to be a noun that denotes either a male or a female is said to be called as common gender, where you do not distinguish between the characteristics or division based on masculinity and femininity. So they are called as common gender, such as parent, child, friend, pupil, servant, thief, relation, enemy, cousin, person, orphan, student, baby, monarch, neighbor, infant. So these are the nouns that are called as common nouns and their gender is considered as common gender. A noun that denotes a thing that is neither male nor female, thing without life, is said to be neuter gender, such as book, pen, room, tree, non living creatures. Neuter means neither that is male nor female. So, in this book by Renan Martin, High School Grammar, there are various divisions. Now, have a look at Thompson and Martin in a practical English grammar. It says that masculine, men, boys, male, animals, pronoun they use as he or they, feminine, such as women, girls, and female animals, pronoun they associate or they use that referent as she or they. Neuter are inanimate things, animals whose sex we don't know, and sometimes we have no clue about those particular individuals, such as babies whose sex we don't know. We can use it and they. So he will be used for male gender, she will be used for female gender, and it will be used for neuter or the individuals whose sex is unknown. So there are some exception to this particular rule as well. Ships and sometimes cars and other vehicles often regarded with affection or respect are considered feminine. Countries, when referred to by the name, are normally considered feminine. The ship struck an iceberg which tore a huge hole in her side. So in this first example, you can see that the writer has used her for the ship. And let's have a look at the second example. Scotland lost many of her bravest men in two great rebellions. So here you can see that for country, we also use she as well. So there are various genders in a language. Genders are considered as masculine, feminine, or neuter. There are some transgenders as well, individuals whose gender does not go into he or she, rather, they call themselves as she male. So, depending upon the kind of characteristics that are dominant in those particular individuals, they might take the relevant pronoun, such as normally they associate themselves with females, so they would inculcate she as a pronoun with them. But if they have the tendency that is masculine orientation, they might use as he. So that depends upon the kind of gender they like to themselves to be associated. That is the characteristics of transgender. But there are some other individuals, such as whose gender is known, whose gender is specified, but even after specification of gender, they like to be associated themselves with the other type of gender. Such characteristics are seen in the people who want to be tomboys, or such boys who want to be feminine boys. So girls having the tendency of adopting the attire or outfit of the boys would consider themselves as masculine, and similarly boys having the tendencies of female looks or dresses or colors, so they would consider themselves as female. So these two types of individual, they are called as androgynes. So the kind of characteristics that are apparent in their personality would be seen that whether they associate themselves. So it could be because of their upbringing, such as a boy who was brought up among many female sisters, so he could adopt those tendencies. Similarly, a girl who was brought up by many boys in the home, or she had many brothers, so she is likely to adopt all those characteristics, and their dressing will be likewise according to the same gender. So you can see that it will be thus seen in modern English, the gender of a noun is entirely the matter of sex or the absence of sex. So, gender is associated with sex, as in case of transgenders, as in case of androgynes, as in case of masculine, as in case of feminine. It has nothing to do with the form of a noun, which determines its gender in many other languages, such as in Urdu, where bagichi is masculine and ladki is feminine. So here you can see, like, the words have their own tendency, the words have their own inclination, and objects also tend to follow the same. Next rule here, Renan Martin says that objects without life are personified, that is, spoken of as if they were living beings. We regard them as males and females. The masculine gender is often applied to the objects remarkable for strength and violence. So, masculine characteristics are assigned to the inanimate objects that have this type of tendency to show strength and aggression, such as sun, summer, winter, time, death. So these are some harsh things which dominate in the nature. So accordingly, patriarchy has assigned them such gender roles. The sun sheds his beams on rich and poor alike. The feminine gender is sometimes applied to objects remarkable for beauty, gentleness, and gracefulness. So, feminine are associated with those individuals or with those particular things or with those particular inanimate objects where you could see the delicacy, graceness, or beauty is associated, such as the moon, the earth, spring, autumn, nature, liberty, justice, mercy, peace, hope, charity. So these are the aspects, or these are the things where you could see the softness, delicacy, fragility, or some kind of gentle aptitude. So, because of the softness, one group may be regarded as masculine. Because of hardness, they can be called as masculine, and because of softness, they might be regarded as feminine. The moon has hidden her face behind a cloud. So here you can see that how moon is given as the kind of pronoun which is she. Similarly, you can see this use is most common in poetry, but certain nouns are personified in prose too. A ship is often spoken as she. The ship lost all her boats in the storm. So here you can see that how individuals or things take the value of gender according to the kind of social aspect or social construction in which they formulate themselves or appear. Ways of forming feminine gender. There are three ways of forming feminine gender by using entirely different word. This would be the first type, or this would be the first thing. The list is provided for you. Some of the example out of this list are bachelor or spinster. Bachelor for masculine, spinster for feminine. Likewise, boy, girl, brother, sister, buck, doe, bull, cow. The list continues, and in the on the other side, heart, row, horse, mar, husband, wife, king, queen, lord, lady. So you can also see the entire list that goes down. So this was the first rule where you could see that words are changed, words are different, and different words, distinct words are utilized for masculine as well as feminine gender. So their shape and appearances are entirely different, and both entail or use different words. Second type of construction of gender that is utilized with addition of a syllable at the end of the words, such as these syllables or these suffixes are used, which are ess, ine, trix, a, etc. Let's have a look at them. Author, authoress, ESS, baron, baroness, count, countess, giant, giantess. Similarly, mayor, mayoress, patron, patroness. So you can see that how the whole list goes till the bottom. So this was the second rule where you changed the ending syllable, as a prefix was not changed, rather a suffix was added at the end of the masculine noun to make it as a